What's up, guys? My name is Arkadiac, your gaming maniac, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ratchet and Clank for the PS4 with you guys. Now, this game came out a couple weeks ago. I didn't really get around to playing it because I was busy with Dark Souls 3. I am still going to be doing a couple more episodes on that in case you were wondering. I just wanted to put this video out first. But anyways, let's get into the review. Let me put on my reviewer's cap here. If you guys haven't played Ratchet and Clank, or you just don't know what Ratchet and Clank is, pretty much, let me give you guys some context. The game is about a Lombax named Ratchet, and that's the guy I'm playing on the screen right now. And basically, he wants to explore the galaxy, see new things, become a hero, and etc. But he doesn't do that until he finds his sidekick Clank, which is a robot. And they go on adventures together. They use a wide variety of weapons and their acrobatic skills and Clank's intelligence to, well, save the galaxy. But that's pretty much all I'm going to give you guys on the story, because this is a no spoiler, and you know, the story is more complex than the description I just gave you. But to keep it in a nutshell and to keep it, you know, fresh for you guys, so that way I don't ruin the story for you, that's basically the best description I can give you. But anyways, let's talk about the game itself and what it's based off of. This game that I'm reviewing with you guys right now, the new one, is actually a reboot, reimagining of the first game. If you guys haven't played the first game, it came out in 2002, I think, real long time ago. That was actually 14 years ago. Jeez, it's hard to think about it. It's hard to think that Ratchet and Clank was out for so long, because I remember playing the game when I was a kid, and I had so much fun with it. But this is a reboot of the first game, so if you did play the first game, you are going to get so much nostalgia feel, guys, and it's beautiful. And that is something I really loved about it. It's just the memories brought back, you know. And they put some old areas in the game from the original one, and they put some new ones. But the story is different in this game, so if you're expecting the same story, you're better off playing the first one. Well, even if you can play the first one anymore, because the first one came out for PS2, and I know not too many people own PS2s anymore, and I'm pretty sure they stopped the production on them, so yeah, if you don't have one and you really want to play it, you might have a hard time trying to find a copy and trying to find a PS2 to play it on. But if you do have a working PS2, and you do manage to get your hands on this game, and you haven't played it, play the original one, guys, I beg you, because it is such a fun experience. Now, I will warn you, though, the original is very hard, and the reason it was hard was because the health bar system in that game sucked, which they did correct in the reboot, and that was something I was really glad that they did, because I wasn't looking for it if they kept the health system like the way they did in the first one. And the health system in the first one, it was basically, you had 4 spheres, and these spheres were nanotech. Now, nanotech is what you use to heal in the game. It's still the same in this game. It's been the same throughout the whole game, through every game they made for the Ratchet and Clank franchise. But in the original game, you had 4 of these spheres. Every time you got hit, one of them would disappear. So you could only get hit 4 times before you died, or else you'd have to find nanotech. Now, they did have nanotech crates and stuff like that you could smash so you could get your health back, but a lot of times I died anyway because there just wasn't enough room for error in that game, you know. But you could increase it after a while once you found a certain planet, and I forgot what the hell you had to trade. I think it was bolts, and you could get a couple more spheres, but you know, 6 to 8 spheres ain't really that great, guys. I mean, let's be honest. But in this game, they really did fix the health bar system, so props to them for doing that, because I was not looking forward to that if they kept that the same. New things they did add to the game, though, they did add Clank segments. Now, they had Clank segments in the first game too, but this one, it was more oriented around puzzle solving. Now, if you don't like solving puzzles, I got some bad news for you guys, because there are a few puzzle solvings that you have to do with Clank, and actually they kind of messed my brain up a little bit. It took me a while to figure out a few of them, and unfortunately there's no way to skip these puzzles that I know of, so if you're not really very good at puzzles, you might have a hard time with the segments that you have to play as Clank. But you know, otherwise, if you like puzzles, yeah, they're pretty challenging, so not much more I can say about that, but I enjoyed it though, for the most part. You also do have to run away from this guy that's chasing us right now. His name's Victor Von Ion. He is a new character. He was not in the original game, but you do have to run away from him, and it's actually pretty easy. I didn't really have too hard of a time doing that. But yeah, they did add new weapons to the game. They did add the Groovatron and the Pixelizer. I had a lot of fun with those weapons. They brought back some weapons from previous games that weren't in the first game, like Mr. Zircon and the Buzz Blades. But one thing I didn't really like about the game was the fact that they got rid of a lot of the old weapons that were in the original. I kind of wish they brought back some of those weapons. And yeah, that's pretty much the only problem I have with the game. I mean, besides that, there might... Well, actually, I just lied to you. There is one other problem I have with the game, but I'll get into that in just a second. But yeah, the weapons, I felt like they could have been done a little better, but regardless, I still had a lot of fun playing around with them. But anyways, the next topic that I don't like about the game is Ratchet himself. Now, a lot of people are going to be wondering, well, what do you not like about Ratchet? I mean, Ratchet's the same in every game. No, he's not the same in every game. I feel like Ratchet's personality kind of changes slightly in every game. If you guys played the original Ratchet and Clank, the first one that came out for the PS2, Ratchet was a lot funnier, and, you know, he had this very carefree personality. I felt like in this game, he kind of was more serious, and he didn't really have as much dialogue as in the first game. I mean, he had more dialogue than most other characters because he is the main character, obviously, in this game, but I just felt like his personality didn't match up to the first game. But that's just my personal opinion. Maybe you guys will think different when you play it, but yeah, that's pretty much the only problems I have with the game, guys. Just, I felt like they could have done a little bit better with the weapons and just Ratchet's personality, but that's all minor things. That's nothing that would ruin the game for me, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't ruin it for you guys either. Actually, on another note, when it comes to weapons, I'm going to be talking about one weapon in particular. If you guys played the original one, you guys know what I'm talking about, and that is the Rhino. The Rhino stands for Rip You a New One. I know, funny, right? But yeah, the Rhino is actually the best weapon in the game. It's the most destructive. It's basically, they're heat-seeking guided missiles that just wreck, and there are so many that come out of the damn weapon. And I didn't actually unlock the Rhino in this game. I unlocked it in the first game, and I had a blast with it. But the way that you get it is a little difficult in the first game, and it's a little difficult in this game too. In the first game, you had to collect enough bolts, which are the currency in this game, and you just had to buy it. You know, I forget the exact number, but I remember it was like millions or maybe billions even in bolts to actually buy it. But in this game, they changed it. There are these hollow cards that you collect by killing enemies or just finding them in secret places, you know. You collect these hollow cards, and then when you have all the Rhino card schematics collected, you can go trade them in and get your weapon. But I'm still missing 3 cards, so I didn't unlock it yet, so I couldn't tell you how that weapon works or if it's any good, but I'm sure it is. Insomniac's pretty good at keeping up with the Rhino. I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game where the Rhino sucked, so... But yeah, not much really left to say about this game, guys. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, they did bring back some side characters. My favorite side character on the screen right now, that's actually the plumber guy. But the scene in this one is similar to the first one, but I'm not going to describe it to you guys because, you know, no spoilers. But I felt like the scene in the first one was a lot stronger. Actually, I kind of felt like a lot of the scenes were a lot stronger in the first one. So the story on this game, it was good, but I felt like the original was better. But, you know, a lot of people are going to debate about that, you know, because if you played the original, you're more than likely going to say the original is better because that's when you had the most fun with it. If you played this one first, then played the original, you would probably say this one's better because, well, the mechanics and just the art style and everything. But overall, I had a lot of fun with this game, guys. I really liked it. Guys should definitely pick this up. I mean, it's worth the $40. That's another thing, too. You can't beat the $40 price tag because essentially this is a new game. I mean, yeah, it had some similar elements from the old game, but for the $40 that it came out for, it is well worth your money, guys. And, you know, if I had to give this game a rating, I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was my first actual long review video, so I kind of got nervous in some parts. I do apologize if you guys noticed that, but anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video I do. Alright, I will catch you guys later.